Okay, so I have been working on the watercolors, and at first I was just trying to do different things. Now I've actually done, I don't know, 2 pictures, just the flowers, but I did this one and this one. And I'll tell you, watercolor is so hard, especially if you're not used to, like, I think if you probably learned it first. But it's hard, but I'm gonna, you know, keep my stuff and then just keep working on it, and then you can see the improvement if you keep your beginning stuff. Like, if you ever start a project, don't get rid of your beginning stuff, because that's how you can monitor your improvement. So I think a lot of people are like, oh, that's horrible, I'm gonna get rid of it. I've got drawings from when I was a kid. I've kept everything. Well, one of my lawyers has a whole booklet of, you know, a whole big giant pad of drawings. Has it was from a class too, so it had self-portraits, and it had a bunch of, it was really good, and I really want it back because it's pre-brain injury. So yeah, I think that's what she took it to show or something. I'm not really sure. There's a bunch of stuff I still, hopefully my case is going to settle soon. So, you know, everything is changing anyways. It doesn't matter, you know, if it doesn't settle. I would like to have justice, but maybe it won't ever happen. It's just the way it goes. But there was some other stuff I wanted to talk about too. Let me think what it was. See, I watched this movie. It wasn't a movie, it was a series. It was called Undone, and it is on HBO. And the thing that drives me so crazy, and why lately I can't even watch Lifetime movies, and I used to really like to watch those, and every single thing has got some kind of a, you know, if they're not trying to just shove something down your throat, then the people in it, like this, you just sit there going, oh my God, do these people eat babies? Like, you know, how sick are these people? You know, I don't want to support people who, you know, are horrible people that just go on and pretend like they're good people, and they're really horrible, horrible people. If you can hurt a baby, I mean, I don't know. So that's what I always have a hard problem, especially the one person in it, the Australian lady, because I know, I've heard that her dad, that she came from a well-to-do family there, and her dad was real involved. I don't know, because they have a way of putting people, whoever they want, they will make them famous. Where we think it's all of us making them famous, just like what they're doing right now about the regime, about all this stuff. They tell us what they want us to believe. They don't, it has no basis in fact. They just say whatever. They make up backstories for people. They create lives for people that aren't, it's just is so fake. But they definitely put people in positions of power on purpose. So anybody who gets super famous, then you have to think, like, you know, what all did they do to get this? I mean, some people, I think it happens organically. And then if it does, I think that they get, you know, sought after, because they don't want anybody who's not a part of their cabal to have any power, you know. I mean, we can see what's going on right now with somebody, well, for the past 5 years, somebody going up against, I mean, they're going to lose. They can't win now. Just like what I was talking about when you, you know, you figure out your life before you ever come here. And I really think that is the creation. That is the real thing. When you come, you are playing out that something's already decided. So your free will was established when you created it. because you decided then what you were going to do. But you are just replaying something that's going to play out. And so we already know what's going to happen. We already know they're done for. All of the evil is being purged out of, you know, the earth plane. I don't know, because it's not going to be in the new age. I mean, some of the people, you know, if they really, I think it depends on how horrendous their crimes were. You know, if they get that opportunity to, you know, try and redeem themselves and do better. I don't know. I think that some of them have done such bad crimes it doesn't matter. They don't get a choice. I think, you know, like fucking Mengele, we already know. I mean, his count's over 4 million. And I don't even think that's at all, considering since he started. I mean, AIDS, that has to be 4 million by itself. Or so, I mean, that was like, people are so freaked out about this. I remember AIDS being just like, it was rough during that time. Everybody thought everybody else had it. It was just a really weird time. Everybody was nervous and going to get tested. And then when I was a nurse, you know, and then back then, when you got it, you would die much faster. You know, that's what they like. They want to, you know, like, I'm sure they're all just like, you know, what is that called? Chomping at the bit for, you know, their thing to happen now. All we can do is just hope that the White Hats have in control of whatever it was they were going to do, whatever toxin they were going to drop. And it's so crazy because lately I've had so many allergies and I just feel so tired. Everybody just seems really in this really weird mood. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Everything just feels weird. And, but the toxins, you know, like last night, I couldn't even breathe. My nose was so stopped up. And, you know, I mean, I don't know where all this is coming from. Like, what would be causing, there was some other things too that I was thinking. But anyways, I totally believe that they are constantly dropping toxins or somehow getting them to us. If it's in our water, if it's in the air, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that was what they studied when they were studying these things. That was what they studied with the ferrets. They wanted to see if we inject them all with this, and then we go and take them outside, and this comes down, what happens? And they all die. And they were like, oh, success. Okay, let's get this out there on the market, people. Give it away for free. Give it away for free. Yeah, then they'll take it. Yeah, they're too stupid. They won't look into anything. Then, you know, every time like I've said something about the next door thing, you know, I'll be like, oh, it seems better. And then somebody will just come in. Like, they're relentless. They will just keep coming in and attacking me. And I don't know how it is that I get them so pissed off. I think because I outwit them. I swear to God I do. And, but maybe I'm just a crazy person. That's all they say, is I'm completely crazy, a conspiracy theorist and stuff. And at one point I was like, wrap your head around this, dude. You are freaking out because I say, I don't want one of these things. And I believe everybody should investigate what is in them. And you are freaking out about it. Like, losing your mind. Ready to go. Yeah, people are so triggered. It's insane. They are, and they don't even stop and think about, like, what has got me so upset? They don't care. It's just those damn people that don't have these. And I don't know. The stuff that they have said, it just makes no sense. They make no sense. And so most of the people were quiet, and I felt like the positive thing is them sitting there saying stuff gave me an opportunity to you know, put information out there. That's what I use it for. They say something and I'm like, oh, right away I can say something, you know, get information out there, and then share different doctors talking about it and what's going on and about the studies and all that stuff. You know, but you can't make people watch it. You can't make people investigate it for themselves. They just, you know, blind trust. Just whatever, it's not my responsibility. Someone else take care of me. It's, I don't know. But I'm going to try and do another little video about, like, how to help yourself. Like, I don't know. The thing that gets me, and I'm sure this is most of the people, like, even when you try and tell them, they would rather try and figure out how to make it fit that it won't work. Like, no, that won't work. That won't work. Oh, I can't do that. No, that's impossible. Well, as long as that's your attitude, it will be impossible. There's no way that you can, if you are saying you can't do something, then you can't do it. You have to give yourself that option, that opportunity. You can't just box yourself in. And, I mean, you close yourself in. You don't give yourself any room for expansion. If you want to have opportunity and stuff, you don't have to figure out, like, oh, I would love to own a restaurant. That is my dream. I just really want to do that. But I'll never get to. I'll never be able to have my dream. I can't do it. I don't even know how to do it. I don't know how to have a restaurant. I'll never have the money. Nothing ever works for me. I'll never have what I want. You know? Then that's where you're going to be stuck. If you want to have a restaurant, say, you're like, I'd really like a restaurant. Don't do anything after that. I really want a restaurant. Then start looking into it. Start looking at different places. Start looking at, like, restaurant setup. Start watching videos, how to open a restaurant, how, you know, how many cooks. Like, start doing the work. Start investigating. Start trying to put it together. You don't have to make it all make sense. You don't have to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get the money this way or that way. They'll bring you the money. The money will come to you. You don't have to figure that part out. All you have to do is start going in the direction you want to go. Once you put your motion in the direction you want to go, everything just will come to you. They just don't know what you want. And if you're sitting there constantly saying, I'm not going to get this, I'm not going to get that, to them, you don't want it. They're not going to bring you something when you're sitting there saying, I'm not going to get it. They're only going to bring you something when you're showing them, you're directing them. So you want a restaurant and you start, I mean, it could be anything. You could be looking at, like, wallpapers and how you want to set up your tables, what kind of dishes you want to have, what kind of glasses, what kind of food, what's going to be your menu. Start developing your plan. You don't have to, it's the same thing when I talk about the trips. You want to go someplace. You don't have to go like, oh, well, now I got extra $3,000. Now I can go someplace. No. Start putting it in, making your plan. Start looking, where do I want to go? You know, what place do I want to stay? What do I want to do while I'm there? How much money do I need for this? What do I want to wear? What kind of food is there? Like, start doing the work. And that gives direction to the universe of what you want. And they'll bring it to you. You can have what you want, but you have to believe that you can have it. It's like you have to believe in magic. You know, right now, everybody's just like, well, no, it won't work. I don't have good credit. Nobody's going to give me money. I don't have good credit. You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And that's what you have to open yourself up to. Is like, anything can happen. And so if anything can happen, anything good can happen for me too. You know, and then once you give yourself, like, that, I don't know, permission or something, like, to accept something good can happen for you, you know, and direct your energy, it will happen. It doesn't mean like, oh, I got it all figured out. You know, I did it in 2 days. I got my whole plan. I know what food I'm going to have. I know this, I know that, you know, and you just, you know, you got it already. Okay, well, if you did that, then just start hanging it up. Put it up on a board. You know, go in, look at it all the time. Get it in your head. Imagine yourself there. Imagine yourself doing the stuff you're going to do. Are you going to be the manager? Are you going to be the hostess? Are you going to be one of the cooks? You know, start envisioning how you want it to be. What kind of people do you want to work there? What kind of work ethic? Like, how do you want the people to interact with your customers? Like, what is your customer service mission? You know, start making those plans and envisioning it. But then, you know, don't get stuck up in time, because it's real easy to be like, believe me, it's real easy to be like, okay, I'm ready. Where is it? Come on. You know, and you can't do that. You don't know what all things have to go into place to have that come to you, but it will come to you. You can have the things you want, and you just can't get stuck on like, well, you know, it wasn't here in 2 weeks, wasn't here in 6 months. It's not going to happen. I wanted a restaurant for 2 years now, and I still haven't gotten it. You have to just keep that same passion, that same desire. You know, if you're following your desires, you're following your heart, and you know what it is you want, then, you know, you got to do the footwork, you know. The magic isn't just like, here, you know, we're just going to drop a restaurant in your lap. You didn't really want it too much. You didn't really know that much about it, but here you go. That's not how the universe works. And you have to focus on what you want, and you have to be positive. You pull in the energy you're putting out. So if you're just constantly putting out that's why it won't happen. It won't happen. That's why it won't happen then. You have to keep on being, like I said, keep seeing yourself. You know, if you did it on a vision board, or, you know, get a notebook and start your, you know, cataloging. You know, it could be going in and taking pictures of dishes and then putting them in your catalog, and, you know, just totally develop what it is you want, whatever it is. And in that development, things will start happening. You'll start meeting certain people. You know, you could meet somebody and they want to invest in something, and you've got everything together to show them. You've been working on it. You've got a plan. You know, that's why you have to put it in motion, and then don't worry about how's it going to come out. I mean, everything will line up perfectly. It just will happen the way it's supposed to happen. So just, you know, try and stay focused on the things you do want. That's just really important. But I'll be back in a second. I'll try and give another little inspirational thing about how to work on your relationships. I feel like I'm, I don't know, it is like a heavy energy. I know we just had that full moon, and obviously well, I don't know, since they're not really telling us what's going on, but we haven't had the solar impact yet of whatever this thing that was supposed to be hitting the earth that could destroy the whole earth, but they just keep that quiet. Yeah, we don't want to scare these stupid people. They might panic. They might run and get all the toilet paper. And they might decide to start killing their neighbors. Who knows? Who knows? It's not their responsibility. So, anyways, I'll be back in a sec.